Minister of State Joseph Harmon on Monday, September 24, hosted his post-cabinet press conference where a number of issues of national importance were addressed.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon announced that the Board of Directors of the Guyana Sugar Corporation has been approved and will serve for a period of 2 years.
The members appointed were as follows: Mr. John Dow, Chairman; Mr. John S.L. Browman; Mr. Richard N. Comabach; Mr. Paul Chung; Mr. Fitz McLean; Mr. Vishnu Pandey; Mr. Ramesh Prasad; Mr. Naurang Prasad; Mr. Roy Hanneman; Mr. Claude Eric Housty, and those are members, along with Dr. Harold Davis, the acting CEO, as an ex officio member.
Guyana will be hosting close to 400 delegates for the meeting of the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, on air transport. The forum is being hosted from November 21 to 23 by ICAO, CARICOM, and the African Union under the theme Promoting Connectivity for Sustainable Transport Development.
That will focus on such issues as harmonizing regional air transport, the regulatory framework, liberalization of air cargo, and thirdly, air transport and tourism. The third meeting of African states and the diaspora will also be held as part of this event and will focus on the promotion of tourism and air links between African states and the diaspora, including Caribbean states.
A national committee under the stewardship of Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, Colonel Egbert Field, has been tasked with finalizing plans for the meeting. Also in October, Guyana will be hosting the Least Developed Countries, Small Island Developing States Trust Fund Workshop on Human Rights for Latin America and the Caribbean region.
Cabinet was advised that this event formed a significant part of a series of regional workshops to be held by the Office of the High Commissioner on Human Rights. Hosting of this workshop will be a further indication of Guyana's commitment to the promotion of human rights worldwide, and especially among CARICOM countries.
The importance of sound public debt management was emphasized by the minister. He was responding to questions regarding the supervision of Guyana's public debts in light of recently signed loan agreements. He credited Minister of Finance Winston Jordan for the prudent management of the country's debt.
Our Minister of Finance, and that our Minister of Finance, if you know him well, is a very, very tight-fisted person. And usually he will not step out and sign agreements and sign documents which adds to our public debt without some form of action plan on how we are going to deal with it.
Minister Harmon reminded that prior to the Minister of Finance signing any new loan agreement, these matters are deliberated at the cabinet level before approval.
The minister himself does not go out on his own and sign these documents. They are the subject of deliberation before the cabinet, and they are actually, the minister is given the mandate to proceed to sign any commitment which is made between the government of Guyana and either a bilateral party or an international agency.
On September 22, Guyana signed 2 agreements with China for the upgrading of education and health networks and funding for the Public Service College. Minister Harmon explained that the loan amounts to about $7.9 billion.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan submitted to the Cabinet a report on the National Conference of Local Democratic Organs hosted on July 26, 2018. Chairpersons of the Neighborhood Democratic Councils, Minister Harmon said, highlighted several impediments to service delivery.
Recommendations emanating from the conference were made under 3 broad headings, and they were institutional strengthening and capacity building, infrastructural development and public awareness, and community participation. The recommendations will inform the Ministry of Community in its 2019 budget proposals. Cabinet accepted the report and urged that the process of enabling local democratic organs to improve the delivery of services to their communities be continued.
Minister Harmon said Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi is expected here in December. It is anticipated that the Indian monument at Palmyra will be completed in time for that visit.
The establishment of the Judicial Service Commission is under active consideration by the government. Minister Harmon explained.
We only recently appointed some persons who actually will serve on the commission. The Public Service Commission, the chairman of that commission actually serves on the Judicial Service Commission as well. And I believe that very shortly we'll get that being done.
Minister Harmon has assured that the Civil Defense Commission, CDC, is well prepared for any national emergency resulting from natural disasters.
And we have in place a mechanism in the Civil Defense Commission that actually steps up our preparation once we have warning of any impending disaster or hurricane, as the case might be. So I just want to give the assurance to you and to all Guyanese that the Civil Defense Commission is well prepared and well organized to deal with these matters when and if they occur.
This was in light of a storm warning issued by the CDC that reported Tropical Depression Kirk was expected to become tropical storm and pass close to the low coastal plain of Guyana on Wednesday, September 26. However, a later report stated that a tropical depression had fizzled in the eastern Atlantic and is now a remnant.
The government also extended best wishes as the country joins with members of the indigenous community to celebrate Indigenous Heritage Month of activities. This has been Post-Cabinet Roundup. Take care now. Goodbye.
Why when I drink a nice guy, I get smoking on? Hey barman, y'all don't sell cigarettes anymore?
The new tobacco law says we can't have cigarettes on public display and we can't advertise that we sell it.
Okay, give my pack.
You can't do that in here, buddy. The law states that you can't smoke in an enclosed area. You have to go outside.
I think that's how they do it in foreign. So, the law finally comes again. I'm glad though.
Let's all work together to prevent cigarette smoking related illnesses.
Roundabouts. Approaching a roundabout. When you approach a roundabout, you must use your indicator if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn at the roundabout. You must give other road users sufficient notice of your intent to turn. Entering a roundabout. When entering a roundabout, you must slow or stop to give way to any vehicle already in the roundabout. You must also continue to use your indicators if you intend to turn left or right or make a U-turn. Turning left. When turning left, you must indicate left on approach and be travelling in the left-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Stay in the left lane and exit in the left lane. Turning right. When turning right, you must indicate right on approach and be travelling in the right-hand lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Making a U-turn. When using a roundabout to make a U-turn, you must approach in the right lane and signal right. Changing lanes in a roundabout. Drivers may change lanes in a roundabout if they wish. The usual road rules for changing lanes apply. You must use your indicator and give way to any vehicle in the lane you are entering. Going straight ahead. You don't need to signal when approaching the roundabout if you are going straight ahead. You may approach the roundabout from either the left or right lane unless there are road markings with other instructions. Exiting a roundabout. As when you exit a road, you must signal left when leaving a roundabout, if it is practical to do so, and you should stop indicating as soon as you have exited the roundabout. However, when you are travelling straight ahead on a small single-lane roundabout, it may be impractical to indicate when exiting.